Someone suggested I do a part 2 of the files, so this is a comparison of the pizza emails and the Epstein files.
And the craziest fake news of all is something called Pizzagate.
Pizzagate. 10 years ago, Pizzagate was by far the #1 trending topic on Twitter. Anyone who dared to suggest that this might be true was blacklisted, shadow banned, or thrown off of social media. Well, the story that came to be known as Pizzagate did not begin with a rumor, nor was it created by Macedonian sheep farmers, as CNN actually once claimed. It began with WikiLeaks, authentic, verified emails taken from the phone of the chairman of Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign, John Podesta.
After WikiLeaks released emails showing John Podesta, then presidential candidate Hillary Clinton's campaign manager, was invited to participate in this sick and bizarre event. The leaked email reads as follows: I am so looking forward to the spirit cooking dinner at my place. The invitation was sent to John Podesta's brother, Tony, by the originator of spirit cooking, Marina Abramovic.
So I'm a nonpartisan independent constitutionalist, meaning I don't follow a political party so much as I follow the Constitution. I will, however, say I think it's a little odd that Hillary's team was having any association with the spirit cooking lady when she's into such morbid content.
She said she uses pig's blood because it is the closest to that of a human. She pours a bucket of blood.
I was naked, I was full of blood, I was in terrible state. Somebody cut my neck, drank the blood, and all the rest. Someone cut your neck and drank the blood.
So as you've seen there, that was the spirit cooking lady talking about how people were drinking blood from her. I find it odd that anybody in any administration or political field would have any association or show up to a party where they're drinking each other's blood. So, yeah, that's a little bit odd.
References to pizza and to pizza handkerchiefs and to maps.
We'll talk about the Podesta one, which is what popularized Pizzagate as a theory. So the realtor found a handkerchief, in brackets, I think it has a map.
I found a handkerchief with pizza on it. You want me to send it to you?
So the pizza map and the pizza handkerchief, I can't really prove anything with that. But am I the only one noticing the blood drinking lady?
Talk about all of those things you guys, you and the Clintons have done over the years with all of those people that died, those strange deaths. Really? Anthony Weiner, folks, the guy who's been texting minors. Look at this guy. It's almost time. Anthony Weiner, the pedophile. Anthony Weiner. How about all of those?
I don't know what Anthony Weiner just put on the dude's shoulder, but he put like something on his shoulder or something.
How about all of those crazy deaths with the Clinton family? And those spirit cooking. Yeah, how about all of that adrenochrome? What's up with all that adrenochrome, my God? You look like you got some adrenochrome. Look at Anthony Weiner, folks. Anthony Weiner. Hey, we about to find out about those Clinton files and all that stuff.
So now, if you actually look into this Anthony Weiner dude, he's extremely bizarre. He did send some really bizarre photos that I think he should be in jail for to this day. That's just my opinion. Anyways, this guy's been suspected of some fairly nefarious stuff regarding him and his wife and Hillary Clinton. And Hillary Clinton was even asked about some of this subject matter within a deposition, which is odd. And then you just heard Anthony Weiner saying we should add one more to the list regarding missing people that Hillary Clinton supposedly knows. Now, he may have just been joking, but he's not helping his case when he does shit like that.
Text underage girls, sending pictures of your dangling, that's your reputation. Whatever you do, you can't do anything about it. Bill Clinton officiated your wedding with Puma, your wife, if I'm not mistaken. Correct. So you've been very close, and she was a right-hand person to Hillary Clinton in 2016 while the scandal was taking place.
For years before that, she was with Hillary for 20 years.
Email, 650,000, one folder with the word life insurance and the files that are in there. So first thing I ask myself is, how the hell is Anthony Weiner still alive?
Anthony Weiner in the house.
When you saw photos of your husband in a hot tub laying on a beach and getting massaged by other women, and you knew that Jeffrey Epstein was involved in some of these trips and these things. Did it concern you at all?
I'm here not to offer my opinions. I'm here to answer specific questions to the best of my ability.
When you saw your husband in these photos with a young woman being massaged, what went through your mind?
I am not going to speculate.
Have you reviewed any 2025-2026 Epstein files that were released that you believe reference or relate to those specific 2016 claims regarding the Podesta emails, Comet Ping Pong Pizza used as code possibly?
Your question is about whether or not she has reviewed any emails in the Epstein release files about Pizzagate.
Correct.
Pizzagate was totally made up.
It was asking general.
I mean, really, I expected a lot of interesting questions today, but Pizzagate was not on my list.
It's okay. We're asking all sorts of things here.
You certainly are. You certainly are.
We're just trying to get the truth out to the American people.
Well, that
and
would
give
be
some clarity.
very helpful.
Are you aware of any files that were on Anthony Weiner's laptop in a folder that was titled insurance, life insurance, with a zip file titled Frazzle?
This is way outside the
Chairman's
scope.
ruling.
This is way
within the
outside
scope?
the
Is this within the scope, Mr. Chairman?
If the chairman rules that it's not within the scope,
Mr. Chairman.
I just finished testifying in front of the House Oversight Committee. I did it for two reasons. First, I love my country, including our Constitution. And America was built on the idea that no person is above the law, even presidents, especially presidents. So here's what I told the committee. First, I had no idea of the crimes Epstein was committing, no matter how many photos they showed me. I have two things that at the end of the day matter far more than any interpretation of 20-year-old photos. I know what I saw, and more importantly, what I didn't see. And I know what I did, and more importantly, what I didn't do.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Indeed, I did have a relationship with Miss Lewinsky that was not appropriate. In fact, it was wrong.
We all bring our baggage to life, and sometimes we do things we shouldn't do, and it was awful. I told her exactly what happened, when it happened.
I was so, personally just hurt.
She said, well, you have to go tell your daughter. She said, that's worse than me.
I defended and stood by him because I thought the impeachment process was wrong, but that wasn't the necessary answer to what I would do with my marriage.
Former U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton has told a congressional committee she does not remember ever meeting the convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
Hillary Clinton was in contact with Ghislaine Maxwell after 2008. When Ghislaine Maxwell attended Chelsea Clinton's wedding in 2010, it was only as a +1.
Did Jeffrey Epstein and his friends consume human meat? Did they eat babies? I do not know who this was sent to and who Jeffrey was talking to, but as you can see, somebody at the bottom writes Jeffrey and says, LOL, I don't know if cream cheese and baby are on the same level. And then above that, Epstein writes back, there are millions of babies, very little good vegetable cream cheese.
Madison Square Garden this afternoon finds Woody Allen.
This person sent Jeffrey Epstein an email saying, I give you permission to kill him.
Emails show Epstein and Soleim discussing both personal and political matters, including sexual encounters, travels to Epstein's personal island, and also advice that Epstein provides Soleim on how to navigate elite politics in the United States.
Here behind me is one example of an email from Epstein to a man whose name was redacted. The email reads, quote, "Where are you? Are you okay? I loved the torture video."
You see a lot of emails like this showing names, and that guy, I had to look it up, is like a teacher at Harvard or something. Stuff like this, I can't take it anymore. I just saw the most beautiful little girl on Madison with long, soft blonde hair. Why is that redacted?
See attached. Let's go for pizza and grape soda again. No one else can understand.
Look how teeny tiny she is. She is itty bitty. Your littlest girl was a little naughty. Thank you for a fun night. I think she's talking about herself. However, she said this to Jeffrey. She said, I gave you permission to kill him. He's apparently with Olga. He lied to you and he lied to me. Jeffrey said, whoops. And she said, no one will lie to you and get away with it from me. No one. Whoops is correct.
Actually comes from the WikiLeaks release of hacked emails from Clinton campaign chairman John Podesta. In all, WikiLeaks dumped around 50,000 email messages, and it was from those emails that the claims that John Podesta may be part of a child sex trafficking ring come from. Now, to be clear, not one single email in the Podesta emails discusses child sex trafficking or pedophilia. That is a fact. But there are dozens of what seem to be strangely worded emails dealing with pizza and handkerchiefs. Self-described online investigators say that those words in the emails about pizza and the talk of handkerchiefs is code language used by pedophiles. So how did a DC pizza parlor get pulled into the story? Well, again, read any mainstream report and they indicate that Comet Ping Pong Pizza was somehow linked to this fake story and has no relation to anyone involved. But the truth is, that's not true either. What media is ignoring is that the Comet Ping Pong Pizza place is actually referenced in the Podesta emails at least a dozen or so times, and that the owner of that place, James Alfantis, is a friend of John Podesta.
Somehow they concluded that Podesta and company were speaking in code.
Pizzas.
They also pounced on an email from DC pizzeria owner and prominent Democratic supporter James Alefantis, inviting Podesta to a pizza party fundraiser at his restaurant. Users then started combing through Alefantis' Instagram posts, including a photo of a young girl with her hands taped to the ping pong table. Alefantis says the child is his goddaughter and the picture was very innocent. And this picture, that conspiracy theorists decided must be the secret basement where children are locked up. But in fact, it's from a restaurant Alefantis considered leasing. Comet Ping Pong doesn't even have a basement.
Here we are in Northwest Washington, D.C. to visit a joint that's serving up ping pong and pizza. This is Comet Ping Pong.
Saucy coming out, soft shell crab pizza. That's your first, man. Coming up.
And it's all cooked up by owner James Alefantis.
2 pies for 25.
Who's been in the biz since he was 15.
I grew up like baking, plus I love playing ping pong.
So of course it made sense to put the two.
Anthony Weiner laptop and get it to the most trusted person in the military to take apart everything on it and then start using it. There's a lot that can be prosecuted. In fact, I heard that the New York police officers who saw some of it, even though they're hardened investigators, literally had to go throw up.
I'm fully aware this topic has been covered ad nauseum. James Alefantis is an avid art collector, prolific fundraiser, owner of multiple establishments including Comet Ping Pong, and was personally thanked by Hillary Clinton for what she called his extraordinary talent. He is pictured here with Tony Podesta, who celebrates his birthday with Alefantis almost every year. His previous boyfriend was founder of Media Matters, David Brock, and with the Federal Election Commission showing his multiple donations for Pete Buttigieg, it's apparent that Alefantis' influence among the DC establishment remains strong. Why did anyone equate him with something as monstrous as pedophilia? One reason surrounds the rhetoric of several bands who often performed at Comet Ping Pong. In a separate venue, some in the audience appeared to insinuate a person's preference for pedophilia.
He likes the world sounds. Tamales.
And boy.
I think I was his manager.
No.
We all have preferences.
Sex stains. In a 2007 FBI bulletin, one of the symbols with which predators identified each other with was a blue spiral-shaped triangle wrapping around itself clockwise. The symbol was so prominent. This music video is from the Sex Stains. Their promotional posters said they were for, quote, all ages. According to Alefantis, Comet Ping Pong is a family restaurant with a back room designated for children's birthdays.
This is the kids' party room?
Another reason some were suspicious of Alefantis surrounds his close relationship with Tony Podesta, a former super lobbyist who's had a lifetime friendship with convicted pedophile Dennis Hastert. Additionally, Tony's art collection. Marina Abramovic.
I'd like to tell you a story how we in Balkan killed the rats.
Kim Noble. Alefantis' previous Instagram profile picture is of Antinius, a Greek emperor whose influence reemerged in the early 2000s, forming a modern cult that attracted a subculture of LGBT polytheists. Historian and author Lambert Royston writes, "The sculptures of Antinous remain one of the most elevated and ideal monuments to pederastic love of the whole ancient world." Dictionary.com defines pederasty as, quote, sexual relations between two males, especially when one of them is a minor. Whether or not these are good reasons to become suspicious is up to you. Either way, it's for those reasons, and because James Alefantis has no children. Some question why he had so many kids on his Instagram. If there really is something here, it should reveal itself without argument. Here James commented murder. Another user working on my night cheese, who I'll refer to as WC, commented Kilgrim. WC owned a workshop in the industrial complex pictured here called the Pajama Factory, where he, similar to Mr. Cummings, also built coffins, many of which were child size. He can be found commenting here to another Instagram user, J. Blair Smith, who uploaded this image commenting, "My favorite pedo." User Joshua Ryan V posted these while at Comet Ping Pong. He also played in a low-budget independent film called Kill Dolly Kill.
James Alefantis and his pizza parlor came under a lot of fire when the Podesta emails leaked. He was suspected of being involved in a child sex trafficking operation. The Arts in Embassy program allows well-connected and powerful people like the Clinton family and the Podesta brothers to ship art from country to country without being stopped for inspection by customs. This also includes living art, which is very loosely defined. James Alefantis, this humble pizza chef, is also a movie producer. His latest so-called masterpiece is Chapel Perilous, or CP for short. It is a poorly written, directed, and acted movie that won an award at the Sundance Film Festival. In a nutshell, the movie's about how we should embrace the evil that we all have inside us. The lead actor performs some ritual on a guy called Levi, which of course is just an anagram for the word evil. And at the end of the ritual, Levi grows horns, which makes him resemble the Greek god Pan. As I discussed in my video about Peter Pan, Pan is the horned Greek god of carnal sin. The symbol of Pan is used as a celebration of sexual liberation and taboo fetishism. James Alefantis, indeed, is an avid lover of art. However, his taste in art is quite controversial. James Alefantis' favorite artists are known for painting extremely disturbing and graphic pictures of child abuse and even sacrifice. Before the whistle was blown on the pizza theory, Comet Pizza had some very disturbing paintings up on its walls. Paintings of adults holding the severed heads of naked children. Shortly after the leak of the Podesta emails, James Alefantis took down these paintings. It is also interesting to note that other members of the Arts in Embassy program, specifically John and Tony Podesta, are extremely interested in this kind of art. His profile picture is the statue of Antinous. Antinous is the ancient Greek poster boy for pederasty. In Greece, pederasty was considered a part of the culture of elite societies. It was considered a coming-of-age tradition where socialite men would pick young, lower-class boys, which they would mentor. There is also a picture of Pan posted on his Instagram with no context, but there is one comment on that picture left by somebody saying how Pan reminds them of James Alefantis. Taking everything that we know into consideration, it is extremely hard not to suspect it. His taste in art, his obsession with a perverse side of Greek mythology, his questionable and secretive business choices, and his reputation as one of the 50 most powerful people in Washington, D.C. for being just a fucking pizza boy.
Alefantis was officially part of the conspiracy. He began receiving threatening phone calls with people labeling him a pedophile.
And here is our bags and coat closet. The bullet went into our computer system.
Trace Gallagher, thank you. Joining me now in a Cali File exclusive, James Alefantis, owner of Comet Ping Pong in Washington, D.C. James, thank you so much for being here. You weren't there that day, right?
I was there earlier that day.
You knew things were reaching a fever pitch, but did you ever foresee that? One of the pictures that Trey showed in the report, people have been pointing to, well, look at this as evidence. There's a child with her hands taped down. And you say there's a very simple explanation for that.
People use social media. This is a picture of my godchild in a completely innocent place. Her sister's taped her hands. Her parents are there. I put this on my Instagram with their approval. Right there, it sits there on the internet for a year and a half, and people start building these lies and falsities about innocent people and then spreading this image over the internet. Yes, it's a pack of lies, and it's dangerous. What happens is this person was inspired, and my staff lives in fear. My staff are the bravest people I've ever met. Hundreds of phone calls to the restaurant asking for all kinds of wild things like ordering a cheese pizza, something that we just do. So it was difficult and shocking. Now, our community has rallied around us. Good. So we have people coming in. There's families and kids. We're there. We have private security. We're trying to make sure that our staff feels safe, that our community feels safe, that our customers feel safe. It's impossible that this news can go from one person to the next in a grand conspiracy theory, and there's no reporting, no ability to do anything.
The concerns for the safety of those who have been endangered by
Really, this could happen to anyone. It's not just us. It's any single person.
Until a few weeks ago when it was attacked.
It's together like a jigsaw.
It seems a little absurd to be here. That image is a cute image of my goddaughter.
Take to the table.
And they're playing around as two kids.
I came all the way.
Together.
I came all the way.
We have hundreds of children here all the time.
I know.
I love children. I love you. We love our community.
That's fine.
We're all friends.
And
we work
I
together. I make
like
pizza.
this.
Have a nice day. And if you have any questions, any other questions for me, just let us know. About that image?
I want to know why there's a child in bondage on the.
That's a stolen image from my Instagram. That's my.
Why'd you do?
That's my goddaughter. She's playing with her sister. It's a cute picture of them playing together. Why
Dude,
don't
I
you
know.
Come inside.
I don't want to come in. I do have a question.
Hundreds of people come here every day. Come on in. I can show you around. This is our dining room. This is where we turn the lights on. This is the stereo. This is the bar. This is where we make where the beer comes from. This is the oven. It's still warm from last night. This is the kitchen. This is the ping pong room.
I did not like the way that guy was hugging that pizza oven. And I think it's a little odd that you have a bar at an establishment where you're having birthday parties and there's youth playing ping pong. I'm wondering how many other establishments this dude has like this.
This is the ping pong room. This is where we play ping pong. This is the kids' party room.
The what party room?
Party room.
Kids' party room.
Birthday parties.
He was actually named, this is kind of strange, by GQ magazine as one of the top 50 most powerful people in Washington. Yes, we're talking about a pizza parlor owner. Now let's talk facts here. There is no solid evidence that Comet Ping Pong Pizza is being used to run a child sex trafficking ring. But there are some very strange connections between Comet Ping Pong Pizza and a second pizza place 2 doors over, Besta Pizza, and the accusations of pedophilia. Now this is where things start to get strange when you research this story. Now to begin, I need to show you a 2007 unclassified FBI document. That document, according to the FBI, contains commonly used symbols by pedophiles to express their preference in children. I want you to see these images here. These are the images. Notice this one on the end, the triangle. That image signifies something called boy love. The pizza place next door to Comet Ping Pong Pizza, Besta Pizza, well, this was their logo until only a few weeks ago. Clearly, you can see that the Besta logo actually contains the same image, I'm going to show you again, as that boy lover image. Interestingly, after Pizzagate investigators pointed this out, Besta Pizza changed their logo, and there it is now. They removed the triangle. Also, Comet Ping Pong, owned by Alphantis, is the place where a number of performance artists perform regularly. 2 of the groups that perform there, who you can see advertised, by the way, on this Comet Ping Pong poster, include a group called Heavy Breathing and another group called Sex Stains. Well, if you check out the YouTube videos by these bands, Heavy Breathing has songs that do joke about pedophilia, and the band Sex Stains has a video that includes, and you see it right there, that same boy lover symbol. It's nearly identical to the one that the FBI does say is a pedophile code symbol for boy love. As I said, there are some strange things there. As for the owner of the pizza place, James Alphantis, well, he was one time in a relationship with David Brock, who ran Media Matters for America. Well, since Pizzagate began to blow up online, he has made his Instagram profile, Jimmy Comet, private. But an archived search of Instagram reveals a number of strange photographs and words with strange and disturbing images associated with them. Look, to the point where we can't show you those pictures. We're not even going to describe them to you because some viewers would find it too disturbing to share on TV. Now let's talk about the Podesta brothers, because remember, it was John Podesta's email that was hacked. In those Podesta emails, John Podesta talks about his close relationship with Dennis Hastert, the former Speaker of the House, who was recently sentenced to 15 months in prison for abusing boys years ago. He was referred to by the judge as a serial child molester. According to the Washington Post, visitors to Tony Podesta's home in Falls Church got an eyeful when they walked into a bedroom at the Podesta residence hung with multiple color pictures by Katie Grannon, a photographer known for documentary-style pictures of naked teenagers in their parents' suburban homes. And to be clear, that just begins to scratch the surface of how strange some of this stuff is. And bear in mind, we can't get into a lot of the real details of it because of the limits on broadcasting this on television. But it is some very strange stuff. Investigators have already proven there's nothing to the story, right? Well, actually, no. And that's what you need to know. For all that is here, there has not been one single public investigation of any of this. Not from local police, not from the FBI, no one. And that has to be the big question. Not for Podesta or for pizza parlor owners, but for law enforcement. Based on what may be or may not be here, the big question is, why hasn't any investigation taken place?
And the craziest fake news of all. Pizza means yeah, or a child. And then grape soda or grape juice, which it's referred to both ways in the Epstein files, is apparently adrenochrome.
Let's state a clear truth right at the start. Adrenochrome is a real compound.
Now, I've heard of this adrenochrome thing, or the C9. I don't know how much truth there is to it, but I have heard about this before, and I'm pretty sure it is a real substance.
Well, that's what people say.
Or drinking blood. According to this is what, because no one who's using these terms is admitting to what they mean. This is just what people are thinking. And then jerky is apparently human flesh.
South Korea reports seizing thousands of smuggled drug capsules containing an unusual added ingredient, the powdered flesh from dead babies.
Baby flesh?
Baby meat is what they say.
Okay. And I have some quotes here we could read if we want to go through.
Yeah, I want to go through those.
So this is Jeffrey Epstein sent this. Francis has time to come tomorrow to show me how to make it. Jerky class, anyone? He will also bring you a taste of his new jerky recipe from the restaurant and sends a warm hello. He is working at a restaurant called Cannibal.
There is a restaurant in LA called Cannibal, isn't there?
I think there was actually the Cannibal Club. I think Liz actually covered that. There was a place, I think it was called the Cannibal Club.
Look at this one. This is, what does it say? Let's go for pizza and grape soda again.
It says,
no one else can understand.
And before that it says, this is better than a Chinese cookie.
I think there's people complicit on both sides.
I definitely think there's people complicit on both sides, but I don't think it for the reasons that they were mentioning right there. Those emails were odd, but I think there's other emails and other things that are even more odd regarding this whole scenario.
Elon Musk seems to be diving back into conspiracy theories. He recently tweeted and since deleted a meme that it was at least a little suspicious that an expert that debunked the Pizzagate conspiracy theory had gone to jail for child porn.
Justice Department has released a large batch of files tied to its investigation into Jeffrey Epstein and his accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell. And several of them are never-before-seen photographs with former President Bill Clinton. One of the new images shows Clinton holding a drink and standing next to Epstein.
On October 30th, days after the FBI announced they'd be reopening an investigation into Hillary Clinton's emails, InfoWars' Alex Jones, a far-right web host, posted a YouTube video seen almost 500,000 times.
When I think about all the children Hillary Clinton has personally murdered and shot I have zero fear standing up against her.
Number of high-profile individuals named, one of them being Bill Gates. The documents allege new details of his ties to the late ex-offender. Tell us what we've found.
Well, Mark, in that massive Epstein file dump released by the Department of Justice, 2 emails written to Jeffrey Epstein from Epstein himself mentioned the Microsoft founder, Bill Gates. The first email dated from 18th of July 2013. Epstein writes in this email to himself that he can't believe Gates has chosen to disregard their friendship built over the last 6 years. He also says that Gates's now ex-wife Melinda insists on the pair not communicating unless someone is copied into the email or present in there. Now, he also says that Gates implored him to delete the emails regarding Gates's STD. Also a request that Epstein provided antibiotics that he could discreetly give to then-wife Melinda, and to also delete the description of his penis. He says that he's wrongly acquiesced into participating in things ranging from morally inappropriate to ethically unsound. He also mentions helping Bill to get drugs, dealing with consequences of sex with Russian girls, and facilitating illicit trysts with married women. That is what we know about this so far. Whether Bill Gates will be called to testify like the Clintons remains to be seen.
Alright, so I'm gonna be real with you. I've seen a lot of guys doing videos like this, and it's a little harder than I thought it was gonna be. If I do this in the future, I'm gonna try to make it probably a little more randomized. I might do some that are more specific like this one, but to stay on track with one category is kind of hard to do.